Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining me again, because I'm very excited to share with you some of the events of March 2018. It was one of my better months of the entire year. It was very eventful for one, and very successful for the other. Plus, there were 16 matches that entire month. I was a very busy person. I went out to West Coast Wrestling Connection twice. First for their round of Portland TV tapings, and then I was a part of the anniversary show, which I've been fortunate to be a part of for numerous years, but now it's getting to a point where it wouldn't be an anniversary show without me. But there are two crucial moments that I want to share with you. First of all, the match that I had been waiting for finally happened. Darin Corbin versus Sugar Dunkerton for the Freelance Championship. Now, the previous 2 months, if you remember, Sugar wasn't there. He was busy with other obligations. So I had been on fire on the microphone. I said a lot of things that I had to back up at this particular point, and never, ever was it going to be even a thought that I was going to lose this match. I feel as though my win over Sugar, my win of the Freelance Championship, was the feel-good moment of the whole year. And we started it off early in March. But the reason I feel this way is because I feel that I propelled myself into the main event, and I was seen as an upper-level main event guy from that point on. And I did that all by myself. I was handed, when people say they were handed lemons and they made lemonade, man, I made one hell of a drink out of the lemons that I was handed. Because I could have just, I guess, waited or kind of just rolled over and been like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to have my match. But I didn't do that. I made the months in which I didn't get my championship match, I made those just as important to March and just as important to the road to my championship win as they were supposed to be. And my victory solidified what it takes to jump into that main event level. And for that, I will always be grateful at Freelance Wrestling. And then in a very short time, just a couple weeks later, First Wrestling had been running, obviously WrestlePalooza, but First Wrestling had been running the Uptown VFW. And the Uptown VFW decided to introduce their own championship. So, in one night, we had a small tournament where it was 4 first-round matches, and then the winners met in a fatal 4-way. So, I guess it would be, 4-way elimination? Can somebody fill me in on this one? I just want to make sure, because it was an elimination match, however you want to look at it. So, I, earlier in the night, beat Brandon Gore, and then went on into a fatal 4-way with Chaos 300, Airwolf, and Sami Callihan. And Sami and I hadn't crossed paths in a wrestling ring in, at this point, about 11 years, which was crazy. When the finals of that match boiled down to Airwolf and myself, Airwolf made one big rookie mistake, and I ginger snapped him out of the sky to be the first ever First Wrestling Uptown VFW champion, and I have represented that company with pride. And they have a champion that they can be proud of, because Airwolf would later go on to win the WrestlePalooza championship, which is funny because the guy who beat him has never officially got a one-on-one shot. Now, you'll also notice that Airwolf and myself will become linked throughout numerous other promotions, almost as much as Eric Cannon and I have been, which March was no stranger to our feud as well. We had a match in Chippewa Falls. There was also a tag match that resulted with Lorben Cometh going against Tomahawk Kid at the time and Eric Cannon. That match ended in a DQ. Again, Cannon, I've said we are destined to do this forever, and it looks as though that is exactly what's going to happen. And throughout the course of that month, you got to see me at Showtime Championship Wrestling. You got to see me at West Coast Wrestling Connection, Freelance, First Wrestling. It was a busy month. Pro Wrestling Battleground, which that was really the only main blemish. Losing to Matt Nix. And It's the power of that damn purple jacket, I guess. What can I say? But I have to put things behind me, and I have to make sure that I move on from them. So, you know what? You got lucky that month, which is good because I'm focusing on the fact that I had 2 championship wins, 16 matches, and had gone to the coast 2 weeks in a row. And what can I say overall? If I have to take some of the bad, some of the DQ losses, some of the upsets, it's all fine because I won all the big matches. So, with that said, please stay tuned for when I will discuss April 2018 coming up in the near future, and also follow me on all social media. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, and I will continue to keep you posted on the behind the scenes, the backstory, and what it meant to me for these months and these events that shaped my 2018 and shaped the months in which led to my biggest victories, my defeats, and most memorable moments.